Welcome to Body Weight Strength Training with Newton-Wellesley Cardiac Rehab. Today we're going to demonstrate a series of exercises that we'll be performing 8 repetitions, 2 sets. As you get stronger, you can progress to doing 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. The first exercise we'll demonstrate is our chair squat. So you'll start sitting in a chair and you'll slowly come up to standing and slowly lower back down. If that's too easy, you can cross your hands over your shoulders. And if that still doesn't feel like a challenge, as you lower down, don't actually sit, lower the hips just above, and then come back up. And then you can rest for 30 seconds, and then we'll repeat and do another set of 8 repetitions. You want to feel that the weight is in the heels of the feet as you're sitting back, and as you stand up, you're pushing through the heels and squeezing through the legs. Our next exercise is a chair push-up that helps to strengthen the tricep muscle. So you'll sit at the front of a chair and put your hands on the armrests, have the knees bent, feet on the floor. You're going to push through your arms to lift your hips off the chair and then slowly lower back down. If this isn't challenging, you can straighten the legs out in front of you so that you're having to lift more of your body weight. Great, and that's 8 reps, so then you can rest. And then we'll go ahead and repeat another set of those. So as you're doing these, make sure that you're breathing the entire time that you're doing your strength training. So you're breathing in through your nose as you go up, out through your mouth as you come down. And you can also think about engaging the core muscles. So drawing the belly button in will help strengthen through the stomach and the back. The next exercise is a wall push-up. So this is going to work the chest muscles and the arms. So you'll stand with your feet away from the wall. Your hands are a little wider than shoulders width apart. You're going to slowly lower your body towards the wall, keeping the back nice and straight, and then pushing yourself back out. Get that nice, slow and controlled 8 reps. Drawing the belly button in to the spine helps support the core. This exercise helps with pushing type activities. You have to push open heavy doors. And then you rest between your sets. And then starting up again. And really remembering not to hold your breath. Nice, easy, breathe in, breathe out. You might feel a little stretch in the calves as you come in towards the wall, and that's not unusual. If you're feeling that, that's okay. If it's too easy, you can step further away from the wall. And if it's too hard, closer in. The next exercise we're going to do is a heel rise. So you're going to be standing behind a chair, so you can just put your fingers there for balance, or you can also do this at your kitchen counter, and going up onto the tiptoes. So you're going up as high as you can, pause, and then slowly lower back down. So this strengthens the calf muscle and helps with walking and balance, climbing stairs. And again, we're breathing. This is another exercise where you can engage the core, draw the belly muscles in, and we can strengthen that area at the same time as we're working the legs. So if that was too easy, you can just use one hand. And if you have good balance, you can do it without holding onto the chair at all. It's nice to have the chair nearby in case you should need it. Great. Our next exercise is a toe rise. So it's the opposite of what we just did. So this time you're going to be lifting the toes and putting the weight in the heels. So this strengthens the front of the shin, and this muscle helps with balance. What you want to make sure you're not doing is as the toes come up, you don't want the hips to bump back. So Cheryl's doing a nice job keeping the whole back and her hips in a straight line. You want to do that as the toes come up. You might feel this also stretching the calf muscles, and that's okay. So we're trying to lengthen those muscles as we strengthen the front muscles. So we do our 8, we take a break, and then we can do our next set. So for strengthening, it's about resistance, sets, and repetition. So as you get stronger, you can increase the resistance and the difficulty. You can increase the number of sets to 3 sets, and you can increase from the 8 reps that we're doing today up to 12 reps. All right, our next exercise we're going to do is lunges. So this works lots of muscles in the legs. So what we're going to do is have that chair nearby for balance. You're going to take a big step forward with that right foot. Be on the toes on the left foot. And we're going to bend both knees as though that left knee is trying to tap the ground. And you're going to lower down and then slowly push the legs back up. So you'll feel this in the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh. You'll feel it through the buttock muscles. Again, we're taking deep breaths, breathing in on the way down, out on the way up. Keeping that belly button drawing in towards the spine strengthens the core at the same time. And then we can switch and step the left foot forward. Nice wide stance. So make sure as you come into that stance, once you start dipping the knees down, you don't want your knee, that front knee bending more than 90 degrees. So you can step a little wider. There we go. That looks good. And we're doing a nice job here keeping the back nice and straight. So you can see her back is right in line with that back leg as she's coming up and down. She's not leaning forward. So really be aware of your posture as you're coming in and out of these lunges. If it's too hard, you can do a mini lunge. So we'll demonstrate that on this next set. So that was one set on each leg. So we'll step that right leg forward again. So we'll demonstrate a mini lunge. So if it's difficult for you, you can just do a little bit of a bend. And then the stronger you get, you can take that lunge deeper so that that back knee is almost touching the ground as you come into that lower position. And then we'll switch legs again. So because we're working opposite legs, you can take a longer break between sets, pause the video, or you can switch from one leg to the other. And then as you finish this set, this would be a good place to stop and hydrate. So get your water, have something to drink, and then we'll continue on with our next exercise. Our next exercise is a modified plank. So this works the muscles of the core. So we're going to do this at a wall today. So you can see that she's got her forearms on the wall and she's stepped away from the wall. So she's kind of holding herself in this position. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. So as you're in that position, you want to think about squeezing the buttocks together, pulling the stomach in, and letting your body weight be pushing into the wall. We're breathing, nice, continuous breath. We're at 15 seconds. We've got 15 more to go. 3, 2, 1, and you can step away from the wall. And the next version we're going to show, if that's too easy, what you would do is you would step further away from the wall. So actually start at the wall, bring your arms to the wall, and then step your feet back. Good. So she's bringing her body at more of an angle, and we're going to start there. And same thing, you'll feel that this is a little bit harder. We've got gravity working against you a little bit more, and we're trying to hold all those core muscles nice and tight, breathing in and out. If this is still too easy, you can check in with us at Cardiac Rehab, and we can talk to you about a progression that might make more sense for you at home. But this is a nice way to target all those core muscles at once. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. The next exercise we're going to do is going to be working the outer thigh muscle. And this muscle is important for balance and walking. So we're going to stand nice and tall, the belly button strong in towards the spine. You'll hold onto a chair for balance. And then you're going to just, with a straight leg, toes pointing forward, you're going to slowly bring your leg out to the side and back in. So starting out, you can let the foot rest on the floor in between each set, or each rep. And then as you get stronger, don't let that foot come down. So the leg comes out and kind of hovers. The leg squeezes out and hovers. And we're breathing, nice tall posture. And then we'll switch legs. Cheryl's going to turn around to demonstrate. You can stand behind the chair as you do it, so go ahead and we'll start on the opposite side. You don't have to turn around at home. You can just stay in place, but this is just for you to be able to see. She's doing a great job. Keeping that toe pointing forward, keeping the back nice and straight and tall. And you're going to feel it on the leg that's moving out, but you're also going to feel it a lot on that leg that you're standing on. The muscles on both sides work, which is nice. And we'll do our second set. And again, if 2 sets, with strength training, you want to feel like by the last couple of repetitions that your muscles are feeling tired, that it would be hard to do more. If after doing your 8 reps, it feels like you could do a lot more, you want to increase. That's when you want to increase either your reps or the amount of resistance that you have. So this is a body weight workout. We're not using resistance, but you could eventually progress to using ankle weights or an exercise band with some of these. So that's how you know if you're really working on strength, is that those last few reps feel challenging. Great job. Our next exercise is our standing oblique crunch. So this is going to work those side waist muscles. So what you're going to do is take your right hand behind your head, and then you're going to bring the elbow down as the left knee comes up. So we're thinking about trying to touch that elbow and the knee together and crunching and squeezing through the stomach muscles. Good. It's really important to make sure you keep breathing as you're doing this exercise, so we're not holding the breath as we're coming into that crunch. So breathing out, good. Breathe in. Breathe out as you crunch. Breathe in. Good. A nice way to know that you're not holding your breath is if you're talking to someone or singing, you know you can't hold your breath as you do those things. And then we're going to repeat on the opposite side. Good. So that left arm's trying to connect with that right knee. In addition to working on strengthening through the abdominals, this also helps stretch the back and the back of the hips. So you might feel a little bit of pulling in those muscles. If you don't have enough flexibility, you just do it through a shorter range of motion. You don't have to come as far forward as Cheryl is. So that was 1 set on each side, and now we'll start up our second set of 8. And this exercise works on balance too, because we're using that one leg to support us. So you could, if you have issues with balance, this is another one where you keep that chair right next to you and have one hand on the chair to help support as you're doing the exercise. A few more to go here. Okay, our next exercise is called a wall sit. So this is another exercise that strengthens all of the muscles in the legs. So what you're going to do is lean back, your back against a wall, back and shoulders on the wall, and then step your feet forward. And then you want to do this on a nice smooth wall. What you're going to do is slide the hips down. Try to come down as though you're sitting in a chair. We're going to hold it for 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to keep the hips on the wall as you slide back up. So we're going to work on the form on that one. So we'll take a rest. We're going to do another set. So we'll bring the feet out and then slide the hips down the wall. We're going to hold it again for 10. So this time when you come up, keep the hips and the low back against the wall, and you're really pushing through those leg muscles to come up from the wall. 2, 1, and then push, keeping the hips back. There we go. So you feel that a lot more through the legs. Let's do one more. So we'll step the legs out, and then we'll sit down and hold it for 10. As you get stronger, you can sink a little bit deeper. So if you can go down an inch, good. Or you can work on holding it longer, and that was 10 seconds. Go ahead and slide back up the wall. Nice job. That concludes our body weight strength training video. After this, it's recommended to do some stretching. So we do have a stretching video that would be a nice follow-up to this strength training. It helps with preventing injuries and muscle soreness. Great job.